welcome to the Next Lex Talk. This is Kathleen, your host, and I'm going to give you some alternative facts, honey. Actually, my alternative facts are real facts. But anywho, Karrueche Tran found the need to file a permanent restraining order against Chris Brown. I don't know about you, but this is very disheartening for me. Here I see one gorgeous young woman, a handsome young man. They're rich. They have success. Somehow they are finding themselves on this journey of crazy. Now, I mean, of course, I'm like you. I don't know either one of these people. They're adults, right? They're not children. They're not 19 or 20. These are young adults. So, sometimes you don't have the right people in your circle, Chris Brown. You don't have the right people in your circle. You always need people in your circle who will hold you accountable. You don't need a lot of people that, who they're not really going to say anything because you're kind of patting their pockets, your entourage or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, it's just kind of bringing some sadness because I don't want to see her hurt or uncomfortable. I don't want a whole domestic violence type of thing going on. And I don't want Chris Brown to mess up everything he has going on as a successful young black male. Who can stop this train wreck? I mean, seriously, somebody needs to Chris, hit me in my DM. When I say that, I'm being very serious. I know they don't know me from a fly on the wall, but I pray for Chris Brown, like literally. I don't want to see this young lady living this type of nightmare, and I don't want to see Chris continuing down this road. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I mean, something has to happen, and something good has to happen. Not just something has to happen. Something good, a complete turnaround has to happen. Chris Brown, let me tell you something. Nobody on this planet is that in love with anybody. To pursue them, to not hear them. When someone says, "Hey, I'm not interested in you," you have to be able to hear that and accept it. You have to hear it and accept it. I have this presentation, this virtual class I'm doing called "Stop Being in a Relationship While in a Relationship." Somebody get the message to Chris Brown to join me for that. I talk about limits and all of that. I think he needs to watch it. I'm putting that out there. Chris Brown, watch my calendar. I'm going to do the event actually tomorrow at 6 p.m. if I can find a way to connect. Okay? And it is pay-per-view. $19.99. I guarantee you it'll help you. Let's move on to Dumb Donald. Donald Trump released a tweet that says he asserted that President Obama wiretapped him. Guys, I'm waiting on this guy to get impeached. Are you waiting on him to get impeached? Who's not waiting for this guy to get impeached? I am so totally waiting on this guy to get impeached. This is not even presidential. It's not even, let's just say we know he's not presidential material. He's not a politician. We get it. Doesn't mean he shouldn't be held to the same standard. It just means that, okay, we know that now. We knew it before he was even elected, which is why a lot of us didn't want him to get elected. But this guy's not even professional. I mean, even I know what a quote unquote reliable resource is for news, data, facts. I mean, You're going off of some rant from some guy who has a TV and some fake news, and can somebody please get this man out of office? Donald Trump, get out! That is the message. Speaking of get out, how many of you have seen the movie Get Out? OMG, when I tell you the subliminals are real. Honey, her and that blue teacup giving us the tea on racism. Oh my goodness. You have to see the movie. You have to see the movie. What's his name? Kyle Pete? I feel ashamed right now that I don't know his name. Okay. Look it up. The director, the producer of Get Out. Kyle Pete, I believe it is. Peel, something like that. I saw the movie. I saw it because, a friend of mine had saw it, a classmate. And I asked him, I said, because he knows how I am about racism and politics and all of that. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to watch no, junkie, no racism junkie fix. That I can't stomach that. He was like, no, go watch it. I'm glad I did. There's a real message in this about, it's kind of like eye-opening in terms of, white people, European people, Caucasians, how you want to say it, they really, want for us to assimilate and adapt. And oh wow, you got to see the movie. I can't even say anything else. I can tell you that they have a run challenge out, but if you haven't saw the movie, you don't know what that's about. Go see the movie Get Out. Just go enjoy the movie. It's a scary flick. Subliminals. It's about a guy who gets caught in the woods with his black girlfriend, and he's terrified. Subliminals. And it's about this crazy family who is obsessed with black people. Subliminals. Go watch the movie. Okay, Ben Carson. Dude, this guy said that slaves, no, let me get it right. This guy said that slaves were immigrants who came over in the bottom of ships, and they were paid really, really, really low, super reduced wages. And they came over with hopes of a better dream. Does he know what slavery is? Does he even know what slavery was? Does he even know the arrangement on those ships? Does he know there were dead bodies and pregnant women and dead babies and feces and pig intestines? And does he even know what slavery is and what transporting slaves was about? How could you, a neurosurgeon, the secretary of HUD, how could you make a comment? How could you make that statement, Ben Carson? How could you do that? I mean, that's not a slip of the tongue. That is a calculated, disgusting, degrading, inhumane way to even bring up immigrants and slavery. Those are two vastly different things. So it couldn't have been a mistake. And of course, Samuel L. Jackson served him on Twitter. You have to go see it for yourself. I just showed it, but go research it for yourself. He has some strong, very strong language. Appropriate for this guy at the moment. Ben Carson, don't do that. I find myself every once in a while just having to tell people, don't do that. Don't help them minimize slavery and normalize it as if it was a career anticipation that blacks admired or volunteered for. Like, don't do that. You have a responsibility Not because you're black, but because you're a human being. If you're going to say anything about slavery, make sure it's accurate. If you can't say anything about the Punch Bowl, if you can't the Mississippi Punch Bowl, if you can't say that they hung black people in trees and lynched us, and if you can't tell the true history of slavery, the conditions on those boats, if you can't speak about the slave ships, don't say anything at all. Do not, do not, do not belittle the sacrifice that we unwillingly were forced to give in this country and in any other country. Do not do that. And of course, Roland Martin had some choice words in regards to the subject, because Roland Martin has good common sense. I mean, I just found that to be, it's kind of like this new show they have called Chicago Justice. And on this show, here they have a TV show. Get this, people. A TV show about police brutality. I don't know if you guys understand psychological impact. You don't make a TV show about police brutality. That's normalizing behaviors. Clearly, you can see things like this make me upset, because America is so disingenuous. Every textbook, they leave out slavery. They leave out the damage, the destruction it has caused. They leave out the very details of slavery. They call slaves workers. Do you know what it's like to get beat across the back until you bleed, until you die, to be put in a hot box in the ground, to have your children taken from you, to be bred like animals, to be hung in a tree because your skin is dark, to be tarred, to be feathered? Okay, let's have a real conversation about slavery. Ben Carson, do not get up in front of an audience and speak on slavery as if it was an acceptable practice, as if people volunteered, as if they were paid low wages. Oh boy, I just went there. Short but sweet. I'm going to make this short but sweet. I need you to commit to my GoFundMe. Okay? I said I was going to talk about my book. I have to do it another time. I need you to commit to my GoFundMe campaign. I just call it the trip, for my trip. And if you go to my Instagram page, and I believe the link should be under here, $20. That's it. $20. 20. If you can do more, do more. I'm asking you for $20 to support me I'm an inventor, so I'm going to this inventors conference. You can read about it on the GoFundMe page. How about that? Cash me in New Jersey. Okay, guys. That's it for this edition of Let's Talk. Giving you I'm going to leave that right in there. Giving you alternative facts, honey. Ben Carson. Ooh, he is so not deserving of that orange box. I just want to slap him. All right, guys. I'm going to catch you the next time. Bye-bye.